Hi, everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Rita Eggers here today from the library telling us about National Library Week. And this is a jam-packed week full of so many activities. So get ready to get your pen and paper out so you can get involved.
Yeah, so we actually kick it off a little bit before National Library Week actually starts because it is between April 6th and 12th. But we're going to kick it off a little early with the Friends of the Library annual book sale, which is going to start Thursday, April the 3rd, and that will run through Sunday, April the 6th. Thursday the 3rd is just for Friends of the Library members, so it's a good time to become a member of the Friends of the Library. It's only $10 per year for an individual or $15 for the whole family. You get early access to the book sale and opportunity to support and volunteer for the library throughout the year. Then once we get the book sale complete on Monday, we have a really special announcement coming out. We will be unveiling our new seed library. So we really encourage people to come out and take advantage of that and see what that's all about. On Tuesday, April the 8th, to go along with that, our Jones Center is going to have Senior Planet Gardening Tech at a Glance class to teach our 60 and older crowd how to use their phone to help them with their keeping up with their gardening information. Wednesday the 9th, we are really excited to have Quinn Hawksworth and Eugene Wolfe presenting Lee Smith's Good Old Girls. They're going to take 5 of Lee Smith's women and the music that's intertwined in their stories and take the listeners on a journey from childhood through the end of the life. So there's going to be some storytelling, some music. It's going to be a great time. And that's going to be on Wednesday the 9th at 6 p.m. Friday that week, we're going to have the Jones Center making personalized pencils with the Glowforge laser etcher. And we'll back up a little bit to April the 4th. We're going to be participating in downtown Bristol's Art Divine. To show off our Drawn in the Library exhibit that is art produced by library staff, family of the staff, and our Friends of the Library. We're really excited about that, and it's going to be on display through April the 11th.
Okay. So a huge week.
A very busy week.
We can see why she needed a cheat sheet for that, because I don't think anyone could remember all of that. But I love that. So this is good. And of course, anyone can get involved. And like you said, if you're not a friend of the library, this is always a great time to get involved. I mean, for a whole year, $10, and you get access to a lot of different things throughout the year. And as we know, the library is full of activities for every single age range and all different things, that involve books and a lot that don't involve books. But, it's really a great, community place for us, and so we definitely want to support the library. And if you missed any of that, how do we find out about it?
We have Facebook events set up on our Facebook page. Our calendar and newsletter are both available on our website, or you can call the library and we're happy to tell you all about the good things that are going on.
Well, we love that. Thank you, Rita, for sharing all that with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Lori Bradley with us today from United Way of Bristol and talking about a volunteer program and opportunity.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, we have, as you know, we are the hub for resources and community volunteering in Bristol. And so we have a volunteer platform called Volunteer United. And it is regional with United Ways across the region, and we all post our volunteer opportunities on Volunteer United. So if someone lives here and works in Kingsport and wants to do a project, volunteer, something on their lunch break or something, you can go to Volunteer United and sign up and volunteer. And so as we're going into our greatest need for volunteers, which is our evaluations and allocations process, we always need community volunteers. This is the process that is almost as important as our fundraising in the fall. So we need community volunteers to sign up and they go out in teams of 7 to any agency that has asked United Way for funding. And then they scrutinize their application, their documentation, their financials, all of that information, and bring funding recommendations back to our board of directors. So it is a critical piece in our work, and we want the voice of citizens in the community. So we're looking for, any volunteer that would like to come out, and it takes about an hour training, then hour and a half site visits with about 3 to 4 agencies. So a little bit of time commitment, but it's basically the first couple weeks in May to do that. And so it's a concise time frame, and then they can do something wonderful for their community. And we really need folks to volunteer. So you can find Volunteer United on our website, unitedwaybristol.org, and click on volunteer at the top, and it will take you in. If you do not have a profile, you create a very short profile, and then you can examine and peruse all of the volunteer opportunities that are on there throughout the region. So,
and United Way helps so many agencies across
Yes.
the region. So I can imagine you need a lot of volunteers.
We
We need
do.
help.
We do. And, during Hurricane Helene, Volunteer United was pivotal in making sure that we could get volunteers out into the communities that were affected and get volunteers on the ground. So it has been a great tool for us to use. All of our partner agencies benefit from this. It is free to them to use. Volunteer United is co-sponsored by Volunteer Tennessee. And so, we're just utilizing that platform to get the word out, but we always need volunteers.
And once you get the training underway, like the
Yes.
hour training,
Yes.
is that kind of keep you eligible for a while, or do you have to re-sign up every year?
Depends on what project you're looking at.
Okay.
If you're doing the evaluations and allocations, then you go through the training to learn my online application software, so they can see the applications that they do online. If it's another volunteer project, like maybe going in and reading to a group of kids in an after-school program, you probably won't have a training for that. You probably would have to do sometimes a background check or something like that to be able to work with the kids, but it's in particular to each individual need.
Well, that's good. Well, I hope you get a lot of volunteers. I know
Thank
that
you.
will really be helpful to United Way and the whole community. So,
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you
so
for being
much.
on today, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got David Rudd with me today from the Bristol Public Library Foundation. Thank you for being with us.
Absolutely. Nice
I
to
don't
see
think
you.
we've really had anyone from the foundation for
No.
a while, or if ever. So maybe we need to start with a little bit
Sure.
about the foundation and what you all do.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sheridan, for asking. The Bristol Public Library Foundation is the nonprofit arm. We're a 501c3. And so when individuals want to donate to the library, they have to go through a foundation. They have to go through a nonprofit. So for instance, someone leaves some money in their will or something of that nature, a foundation or something like that, they do that through us. So then what we do as a foundation is to look at the requests from the library. Now, there's certain things we can't do. Usually the cities take care of the physical structure. But for instance, this past year, we were able to give money, a good portion of money for the road show, the mobile bookmobile, which was really great. It's really beautiful. They did a beautiful job.
They also have these kiosks, right, that the foundation's responsible for.
That's correct. The kiosks that are in there now were the original ones when the building was built, and there's a need for them to upgrade them. So the foundation has been able to provide the money, full funding for those. Also, we're really, really excited about there is going to be a podcast studio. We were able to pay for that. So sometime later in the spring, early summer, in the Jones Center, there is going to be a podcast studio for people to be able to use. So we're really, really excited about doing that. One of the ways that we raise money is through events, and that's what I was here to talk about. The Yard and Craft Sale on April 26th will start at 8 a.m., run until 3 p.m. inside the library, back by the Kegley Conference Center. Okay. And we're asking vendors to sign up. They can go to the library website, go to the foundation site, and then sign up. All we're asking is a fee of $35 per table. We're not asking for any percentage of sales or anything like that. So we think that's good for them and good for the community. We're also asking if they, you are going to come and look at the different crafts and things. We're going to ask for a $1 donation. Of course, you don't have to donate, but we'd like that, and it's all going to go to the good of the library. We're also looking at, hopefully we're going to get a couple of food trucks, so we have some food there during the day. We're about half full on the tables right now, and hopefully by the time this comes out, we'll have a whole bunch more people that are going to be selling their crafts and things that they don't want anymore.
I love it. A giant yard sale at the library.
Inside.
Gosh, you don't have to worry about rain or shine. You just show up with some money and end up with some treasures to take home.
Well, one thing that we like about it is that, hey, bring the kids. And then maybe, once you're done looking through the things at the Yard and Craft Sale, why don't you just go in the library? And if you haven't seen the kids area, it's phenomenal.
It is
and I think
amazing.
it's a really nice place to be.
And it's just nice to be in the library, and the food trucks added bonus. Just a fun thing to do on a Saturday.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
Absolutely. Rain or shine.
That. Rain or shine, and
we'll
you may end up with something really special for your house.
Yep.
Or your bookshelf maybe. People can come and sell some books.
Sure.
And that's always a fun thing to do too.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Sharon.
being with us today.
Thank you very
Don't
much.
go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and we've got Wes Walker joining us today, and we're talking about Trash Bash at Steel Creek Park. This is exciting.
It is. This is our annual park cleanup in conjunction with the Global Observance of Earth Day. It's sponsored by our organization, the Friends of Steel Creek Park. We're an all-volunteer nonprofit organization. And every year we have a bunch of volunteers that come out and help us clean up Bristol's largest park, our 2,200-acre gym right here in the middle of Bristol.
And it is amazing. If you haven't checked it out, you need to go over there. I feel like there's just something for everyone, and it is beautiful all 4 seasons of the year. And this really helps keep it beautiful too, just having this cleanup day. If you want to help clean up, how do you get involved?
Well, this cleanup event is actually more than just picking up litter. We have people, individuals, we have families, and we actually have organizations that come out and help clean up the park as well. We do terrestrial litter pickup, which is what you normally see around the trails, and pick that up. We also have a local paddling group that comes out and cleans our 50-acre lake. And then we'll do some biological cleanup. We have a plant called the garlic mustard, and it's an invasive species, very easy to identify, very easy to pull up with just a little tug, but it's kind of detrimental to one of our favorite insects, the West Virginia white butterfly. So we actually have folks pull that up and get it out of the park. And for those that don't want to touch any of that stuff, we also take volunteers at our native plants garden to come out and give that a little sprucing up in the spring.
And you don't have to have a green thumb. You can just come out, right? Like there are just no requirements except for to have fun and help beautify the park.
Absolutely. So we ask folks to show up. This is going to be on Saturday, April 26th. We're going to start at 9 a.m. on the lakeside porch of the Nature Center. We will provide gloves, trash bags, light snack, bottled water. We even have some gifts in limited supply for our volunteers. We'll show you what areas need cleaning up. All you need to bring is just a spirit of community helping and some shoes with some pretty good traction, and we'll take it from there.
I love that. So mark your calendars, and end of April, it will be a special day over at Steel Creek Park and really getting ready for summer, which is fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us today and filling us in on all those details. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.